Hi, folks. Welcome to my stream. If you're watching this, this is probably the recording. So, hello, everybody. I'm joining you today with Simon. Simon
Hey,
Plan
folks.
from is one of my colleagues at Platformatic, our developer relation engineer or developer advocate. I don't know what we are calling you, but that doesn't really matter so much.
Both of those sound fine.
And yay. So we are here today and doing some stuff. In the meanwhile, note, Simon, that we are on Twitch. Once you start streaming, it takes 10 minutes more or less for people to start joining.
Yeah.
So it's let's me go and check a few things while we set things up. So essentially, that's the bits. So here we go. Let me check a few things. Okay, so we have the streams. We don't have any people online yet, but let me tweet about it. So I am live on Twitch with Simon. Planned to build a Twitter clone, to try building a Twitter clone. A Twitter clone in 2 hours. Let's see how far we can get. Join us at here we go. Here is it. Okay. And yay. So yeah.
Perfect.
Here we go. Okay. Then I want to tweet about. I want to send a toot as well. You know, there's this
Very
thing
modern.
called toots, and yeah, very modern. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Amazing. And let's see. Oh, hi, folks. Hi. Quite a few common people that start joining us. And yay, good morning for all of you that where it's morning, and good afternoon to all people where it's afternoon, and good evening for people where it's evening. Yay, we are very, very globalish. So globalish is the right term. So cool. So let's start, maybe, or maybe not, but maybe it's probably a good time. People started joining. So it's probably a good time for us to start doing things. So, and let me do a little bit of setup. So I need to get a PR open for us to work on. Okay.
Cool.
And I need to put it on the screen. Okay. Which is very...
Dropped it in the chat there for you.
Yeah, not needed, to be honest. So I just need to do this.
Then
Okay.
other folks can follow along.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually true. So this is the chat, and we have Chrome, and Chrome is not really displaying. So let me fix this for us. Okay. Here we go. Here is our Chrome instance. Okay. And we will need a little bit more space with it. So let's open it up a little bit. So here we go. Okay, amazing. Okay, so so you can all see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is building a tool called a new system called 420 chars, and this is a little bit of stuff that Simon prepared for me. I have not seen this code before, so this is going to be a fun challenge. So I'm going to take this and copy, and then go into my terminal and git clone it. Okay. Yay, 420 chars. Amazing. Okay. And then I can do npmi, and it will take forever. So we'll go and start something. I'm sorry. I'm going to have a coffee in the meanwhile. No, I'm joking. How are you doing, Simon?
I'm very good, thank you.
Oh, it was
I'm.
fast. Amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
that's because there's nothing to install. You're going to want to switch over
Oh,
to
to the other
the branch.
branch.
Yeah, to the live stream
Okay.
branch.
So what the branch name? I'm going to.
Live stream.
Oh, live stream. Okay, very easy. Git checkout live stream. Okay, and PMI. This is going to take a long time. Nope, it's fast.
MPMI in. So to explain the setup we've got here, we've got an apps directory. So we're going to be going ahead and we're going to create an API with Platformatic DB, and then the front end for Astro is under the 420 Char's front end in the apps. So that's where you want to do an npm install. We've got nothing in the API directory.
Okay,
That's
amazing. So we have some Astro. I'm going to do some front end, folks. Do you believe that I'm going to do some front end? Like I'm. Look, be prepared for some wild ride while I'm doing some front end work. So npmi. Let's run the front end of my system and let's see where it is. Hi, folks. More people joining. Thank you. 30 people. Hello.
Yeah, everyone.
Simon, where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us today?
I'm joining you from beautiful, sunny London.
Oh,
and yeah, it's been nice. I was somewhere very sunny last week, and to balance it out, this week I'm back in London, which is very rainy.
London. I'm going to be in London next week. You know, it's for...
You can enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rain. I'm going to be in my raincoat. So next week, we will be at Half Stack on the 16th. It's a nice little conference, community-driven. And then there is another conference. I'm going to speak at another conference right next to it called Modern Frontend Live. Big conference, a lot of speakers on it. Hi, folks. Okay, so this installed. So how do I run it? npm run start.
npm run dev on this one, I think.
Done dev. Okay, let's run dev. Oh. Do we like dev? Yeah, we like dev. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay, so let me switch to... nope, not this one. This one. Okay, so let's go and see what this look like. Localhost 3000. Oh wow, 420 chars. That's our new system. Okay, and it's a feed. It has a feed, and we'll show all the posts here. Oh. Can we do it? Okay, can we do it in 2 hours? We'll see. Okay, and thank you for Simon for doing the boilerplate, because the boilerplate alone could have taken probably 2 hours. So it's probably even more. Cool. So where should we start? We have a list of features to do. Where is the list of features? Feature requirements.
It's over in the README.
Oh, yeah. It's in the README. Come on. Some people, they don't know I streamed. Oh, I'm streaming. It's nice, new. This is my fourth stream or something. So you can find the other ones on YouTube, or because this does not maintain long, Twitch does not maintain the videos for long. So you can find them on YouTube. Let's expand this a little bit. So yeah, so I'm using all the real estate. Okay. So what we want to do. Oh yeah, here it goes. So I want to go back in here and look at my README. Okay, so first of all, we want to create an account and integrate with Auth0. Oh, this is, hard stuff. Okay, so have you ever integrated yourself with Auth0? Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. This is going to be some new experience for me. I'm going to do some React code. So Simon will guide me through the problem of writing some React stuff. So how do we integrate with Auth0 in this? Okay, we need to probably add a login button or something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me grab you. We're going to be using some of the code from the Auth0 React Quick Start.
There is what's the link?
Going to give us a hand. Let me drop that.
Yeah,
there in the
thank
chats.
you. That's neat. Okay, so
So I've already gone ahead and set up an app in Auth0 because we don't want to do all that on here. It's kind of
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit
also,
fiddly.
it is the point. We really don't want to show all the secrets for that in public. So,
Absolutely.
if you want, guys, check out the folks from Out0. We'll be very happy to help you out on setting up their authentication system. So, hello.
Yeah, they've got great docs. So if we can kind of scan down the page, and then we need to go ahead and
Okay, so
install
somebody's
the
asking.
Auth0
Okay,
React
go ahead.
SDK.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, there is
Yeah, no, go ahead.
somebody asking a question. What's the concept behind 420 chars, or is it a random name? Okay, so it's not random, totally not random. You can pick. There are multiple meanings to it. So original Twitter started at 140 chars, the size of an SMS. Then it becomes bump of 220. And 280, and then you can keep adding, and you can reach 420. And also 420 means something very specific in US country. Yeah, you see somebody has picked up the reference in US culture. Also because somebody said that you could rebuild Twitter in a weekend or something, and we'll do it in 2 hours. They also went on a show, Smoking Pot. So again, it's another joke on that front. Okay, so amazing. So let's go and connect to it. So this is the Auth0 React SDK guide, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and install the Auth0 React SDK. So you can see that link on the left-hand side there. You can jump down.
Okay, I can jump
That
down.
should get us there.
Oh, npm install Auth0 React.
Perfect.
This is what I need, right? All
Yeah.
of I need. It will all be done for me. Cool.
Fingers crossed.
Finger crossed.
Maybe a little more.
Okay.
Cool. So we're going to need to create, to actually use it, we're going to need to go ahead and create a new component.
Yeah, we need a component, right? So do we need to copy from the, sorry, here we go. Okay. Do we need to copy from the, from here? Yeah, configure the Auth0 provider, right?
Yeah, so we want to create under the components directory. So you're going to want to actually, it's not there for you, but you're going to want under SRC to create a components directory.
Yeah, okay.
In our
So
front
let me
end.
copy this bit. So let me copy this bit.
Yeah.
And then let's go to the code, and then
I would
create
grab
a
the whole
components directory.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's call this is the app component, right?
Yeah, app.jsx.
App.jsx. Okay, and then I want to copy all of this and put it in here. Okay.
Cool. And you're also going to want to pull in that auth provider as well.
Yeah, I put it in here. Look at it.
Oh, it's already here. Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I might, let me see if I can do, let's see, I can probably show you this. Okay, you see it in my code. So
Oh, great. Perfect.
you're probably happy, probably better, right?
Kind of. Yeah, it's kind of coming through. It's trying it. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Much
So
better.
you see
Okay,
what's going
great.
on. So you don't need to.
I can
rely
see what's
on-
going on properly now.
Yeah,
Okay, great. So we can get rid of those two imports at the top, React and React DOM, because Astra already handles pulling in React for us. We've got that set up for us.
Cool.
So we can get rid of that.
Sorry, the render, right?
No, sorry, the two imports at the top as well.
Oh wow! Thank you, Astra.
Yeah, so get rid of those, and then we can get rid of import app as well because this is app that we created.
This is app.
And then we can remove React on render, and then obviously the closing bit at the end, and we can get
And I need to probably do export default.
Export default
App.
function app.
Okay. And then,
Typically, React components, the kind of convention is that they have a uppercase. Exactly.
yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Beautiful.
and then
So we
I
don't
need to. This is fine.
Cool. Yeah. So now we need to go ahead and set the Auth0 domain and
Oh
client
no!
ID
Wait a second.
and
It's
a couple
complaining. I
other
made
things.
some error. There's a comma here at the end. Okay. And then the app is not here though. So this is like.
We can just remove that for now.
Hello
yeah.
world.
That's great. Beautiful. Okay. Let me grab you the Auth0 stuff that we need to drop in.
Yeah. Amazing.
So that is in one of my hundreds of tabs. Okay, cool. So I'm going to drop that to over here. That's a bad idea. Let me try that again. Cool. So that's there. Cool. Do you have that code there?
I have the code. I have the power. This is a quote, by the way.
Okay. So I can explain a little bit about what some of this is doing. So while you're just reformatting a bit. So this is pointing to our domain, and this is the Auth0 domain. All this stuff's kind of in that documentation. We've got the client ID. None of these stuff are secret. So there's no passwords in here. It's worth mentioning. This is all going to be code that runs client side in the browser. So we don't want any secrets in there. We've got the redirect URI and the audience, which is again, something we need. The details that we've got from Auth0 from our account, and then some scope, which basically tells Auth0 when somebody is authenticating what kind of data we want to read. So we'll be using that in a little bit.
Amazing. So we need a login button, right?
Yes, we definitely do.
So let me create a login component.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. And then here I can do paste. Oh, that is so good. I'm just pasting things in.
This is coding, right?
This is coding,
basically
right?
half of coding.
Sorry, folks. I absolutely ate semicolons, so I'm sorry for you. I'm going to drop all semicolons. And so in here we want the import. I need to probably block this. Oh no, it's already blocked. Okay, import login from login.jsx. Okay. So here I might want to put a login button, or maybe not. Timon, you still there?
Yeah, that's good. So we've got the button in there. You can just make it self-closing, so it doesn't. We don't need to have the two tags there.
Oh, okay.
Cool. And so, yeah, I was just looking ahead to see what we're going to do next. And we're going to go ahead and in our index.astro, which is under the pages.
We want to use this component, right?
We want to go ahead and use this component.
So basically import app from components app.jsx. Okay. And here I am going to put in app. Right?
Yeah, great. So you're going to need to actually also add something in here. So there's a special attribute that Astro has. I'm just going to drop it. It is
some special stuff from Astro.
Magic. So the way Astro works is that by default everything gets either statically rendered at build time, or you can have server-side rendering. But in this case, we're going to say that we want this particular component to be only rendered on the client side.
Okay.
Because we don't want all this stuff to get rendered server side.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so we are running this. Okay, client only React. Cool. So
nice.
Now if, it's okay, I can switch to, here we go. So now we have the feed and we have the word login.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Can we see it in the browser?
Login button and it's not working. Access denied.
Cool.
What did I did wrong? I did something wrong. I'm pretty certain about it.
Are you able to bring the browser up here?
Sorry. Let me change the layout of this.
Cool.
On layout. Sorry. Okay. Let's go back in here. Okay, network. Click login. Let's see what's going on. Not what's new. I want to know if I click login, what's going on. Okay. It's reloading.
Okay.
Like you click, it's doing a full reload. Probably make a mess of how I copied the code from.
Let's have a look.
From here. It's a button, login with redirect.
I don't know if you're showing your browser at the moment, but it's
I'm showing the browser.
Oh, okay. I don't see it.
No, you don't. I'm seeing I'm showing the browser.
Cool. It's over to a different layout. Got it.
Typo in
Okay.
components. Somebody has said that there is a typo in components.
Aha.
Oh yeah. Thank you. It's all good. Components. Components. Okay.
Brilliant.
Components, and this is still another
Thank you, Tiago. That's super helpful.
Yeah, but it was in both ways, so I think everything was still fine. This is there because in fact this is sorry. Let's say login. Let's remove the little word. This is the login button. Okay, so let's go back into the window, reload this, login. Let's try something. I just want to make sure because I just want to stop this thing and restart it. Oh,
yeah, good shot.
It's now no access denied.
Oh yeah, so someone mentioned in the chat if we have a look.
Yeah, there's an error.
Was there? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Service not found. Huh. Yay! Thank you. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so that's all 0 by the looks of it that's complaining about that.
Yeah. So it's probably a config on auth 0 then. Oh, okay. So it's probably a config on auth 0. So.
And that login component is inside of our app auth 0 provider. Cool.
In the tutorial that I'm seeing, it doesn't have all the other bits. It has your domain. So your domain is what is your domain? Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't have those bits in there but we're going to need those bits later because we need them to be able to get JSON Web Token. Yeah.
Should audience have angle brackets?
No, it should not.
Yeah. Okay, great. That might be it.
Okay.
Thank you, folks. Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see and try again. And log in. Whoa! It's working!
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Somebody found it. Good. Let's log in with GitHub. Authorize AIM login. Good. Let's go.
Cool.
Okay. I have
Thank
the
you
power.
to the debug team.
Yeah. Well, I need a debug team all the time. Like, look, I should just Twitch plays, Matteo. Hey, look, I really need people doing. It's phenomenal. I should do more open source coding. Doing mod programming, so people can just tell me what I'm doing wrong all the time. Today I spent half an hour waiting for a very silly mistake on my Cloudflare config. So I was feeling very dumb. In the end, it was Cloudflare problem, so even worse. And thanks to this Cloudflare support, by the way, they handled it immediately. So
beautiful. So we're logged in, which is great.
So cool. Okay, where are we?
So we've got logged in, and
we
but
need
at
to
the
change
moment
the
we're
button
showing
though
that
because we need to log in instead of log out, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So how do we do that? Let's see.
Let's
yeah, blah de blah. Log out. Okay, we want the logout button, so let me copy the logout button, and then let's go in the code, and then I do logout.jsx. Okay, and I don't need React. I don't need semicolons. Okay, you will see me not writing semicolons. So we got the logout button. Okay, so and we want the user profile. Okay, I'm copying that too. Okay, and and then I am doing this. Okay, I don't need React. I don't need this. I don't need that. Cool. Okay, and default profile. Okay, so I need to in my app. I need. What do I need? How do I do what I want to do?
Cool. So we want to do if you scroll a bit further down, it's got a profile component, and
Yeah, I get.
so
I got.
we've got the
I got the profile
okay. So
component.
they're just doing them as individual ones. Okay, so we're going to need to glue them together a bit more.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, we want
so
the is authentication. Is authenticated, right? Yeah, we want the. So it's not the profile. Is a
yeah,
login and profile, right?
but we're going to need to drop our actual like page inside of this, because that login component, whether we just display the login button or the logout button, depends on whether we're logged in or not.
Yeah.
And that needs to happen on a component that's inside of the Auth0 provider.
Okay.
So we can't do it in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
app.
yeah. Absolutely. Yep. So
Yeah.
what I do?
So we want to go ahead and create a new component. So I guess the main page that we're going to have, the main page
Yeah,
you
yeah.
come when
Let's
you
call
log
the
in is going to
main
be your
page.
feed.
Yeah, but look, it is a question though. We have this.
Yeah.
And it says
sure.
feed at the top. So should these be? Should this be different, right?
Should which be different?
So do you have this nav class with the feed? Should
Yeah.
the login button be here?
Great question. So at the moment this is an Astro component, and then we could embed an Astro component in here as well.
Don't. I'm causing more problems than not. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
I'm just thinking it through.
okay, let's make it work, and then you see how my brain works
yeah.
now.
Let's make it work, and then we'll make it work again. That sounds good. So yeah, if we create a new component called like feed.jsx, and then we can create our main feed.
Okay, so what I need to create a feed.jsx. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
feed.jsx. Okay. Cool. I have feed.jsx is empty.
And we're going to export a default function feed, same kind of thing as we've done for the other components. And in here, then we're going to want to import those login and logout buttons.
So we have the login button. Okay, and in here we have this login button. Okay.
Oh, so no, we can import the component.
Oh, okay. So we want the login button. Okay. Import login button from login. Oh, come on, don't do me semicolons. Okay.
You're going to need a .jsx there.
Oh yeah, I need Cool. Okay. Still complaining, but that's why it's complaining. I think. Maybe. Expected. I don't want. Whatever. We'll fix it later. Whatever is complaining about. Cool.
Okay. Cool. So we got the login button. Now let's get the logout button as well. Import that.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. So we've got those. And now inside
login button, logout. Okay. So cool.
We're going to want to import use Auth0 from Auth0 React.
I'm copying this. So I probably want this code, to be honest.
Great. Yeah. Similar to that. It's going to be good. Yeah, I think we can get rid of that profile one in a minute, right? And then we can use it here. Great shout.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, it's loading. We said loading, blah, blah, blah. Then if, then we probably want if is authenticated, do something, okay? And then if is not authenticated, do something. And then returns show the feed. So, yeah, let's do that. Okay. And return. And why it's all complaining? Has no corresponding tag.
What happened there? Let's see.
JSX element. Maybe in the login. Where is it? No, this is fine. It's on the feed. Okay, well, we'll see.
Let's take a look.
Anyway, if it's authenticated.
Cool. We can probably just, if we just comment out those is authenticated lines for just for the moment, and then test what we've got and see how
Okay.
we go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. This is return. Let's see what is complaining about. Oh, sorry. Let's see on the feed. Oh, it's not loading. So it means that I think we have some problems in their code. I have this feeling.
Yeah, if there's an issue, you'll see it in your browser console.
There's no issue. I'm probably making some mess out of things.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
So it's still complaining, right, about that?
Oh,
statement.
yeah, because I didn't, you're right. No, he is right. I need to do feed, and then
there we go.
Okay, so now in shoe, it has reloaded. So now it's going here. Oh, so I see a big face.
It's you.
It's me. Come on, it's me.
It's the one and only user on 420 Chars.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. So I logged in. Great.
And you've got your profile showing. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's all set up. We've got the login. So let's see if we can get the logout button rendering, because we need to get the login and logout showing up there. Yeah.
So okay, let's go back in the code. Okay, so I want my feed component, and in here we want to do something if it's authenticated. Okay, and if it's not authenticated, we want to return the login button. Let's try that. And here, let's add a logout button to begin with, and let's try what
Nice.
does this look for. And I need the closing. Okay, cool. This is complaining badly. Do you know? You have no clue why TypeScript here their server is complaining big time, but things are working,
weird.
so I don't care. You know how much I like TypeScript, to be honest. So it's ouch, sorry. I keep making a mess of the switch. Okay, so if I refresh this, it says loading. Good. Then we have logout. Whoa! So I can log out. Oh, and I can log in. I can log in and log out.
Amazing.
It
just noticed.
works.
Sorry, someone was asking in the chat who I am. Someone who joined a bit later.
Simon Planned. So this is
I
Simon.
don't work for Auth0.
You don't work for
I work
Auth0.
for
It is
Platformatic.
Simon Planned. Cool.
And I'm doing-
Here is the guy.
That's
Okay.
me.
I'm passing the link.
This
in
is
the chat.
me on the social network that we're about to replace this afternoon.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much. Follow him.
Yeah, I'm doing DevRel for Platformatic, and today I'm using my limited React knowledge to help Matteo,
Which is
also,
none.
build stuff with React. I know how to copy and paste stuff from those 0 docs. Okay, cool. So we've got login and logout working. That's looking great. Now we probably want to actually go ahead and start doing some things, right?
Yeah, of course. Like
we
again, we
to
just
create
set
some
up
posts.
React, so and stuff. So let's do going back in the code, okay? And we want to start doing something with this user ID, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So do we want to go ahead and start building that post functionality? So start building some of our backend in so we can actually make
I
it.
think it might be a good. Let's look at the README. Okay, so we have created an account. Okay, so I can just do okay, git commit and just say login, logout. Oh, okay. Dashan. Goodbye. Sorry.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, we need to implement the blue check. Okay. You know, that's the. But
That is
we're not
important.
going to do the blue check. We're going to do the green check here because we are.
I was actually going to add it into the product requirements later,
yeah.
halfway through you developing another feature. And I was going to change my mind about it later as well.
Cool. Okay. So we are
So
here.
where are we
Create
now?
account. So right now we only have the UI, and we probably need some APIs, right? Because we want to store some stuff about those users somewhere after they log in, right?
For sure. Let's do that.
Okay. So let's go and to the apps. Okay, and CD 420 chars API. So now we can generate something with Platformatic DB and do init command, I presume.
Yep, sounds good.
Yay. Okay, so now, I also probably need to do npm init -y because sure. And then I need this install some of those dependencies so the TypeScript is happy. TypeScript should be
Great.
happy. Let's
So it's
make
worth mentioning that I think you have Platformatic CLI installed globally, right?
Yeah, I
So
have
that's why we've
Platformatic
been
installed.
actually install it.
Platformatic installed globally. Well, technically, it's not even installed. It's linked to my local branch, so I can fix things on the fly. Because more often than
Magic.
not, when I develop this thing, I just go and fix it bugs because I found bugs every single turn. Sorry. Here we
That's
go.
software for you. Cool. So it's installing of that. So what are we going to go ahead and create next? We want to set up, you said about users, right? So I think in that README, a link to kind of a rough schema, very simple schema.
Oh, this is a schema.
And
Oh,
mirror.
there's a
Yeah.
diagram. Oh my goodness, I haven't looked at the diagram. So
Probably the greatest mirror diagram I've ever created.
Oh,
so
he created
I
a
hope you're
mirror.
going to be
He has
excited.
created a mirror diagram. Amazing. Let's open it up. Do you like Miro, folks? Do you use Miro?
Cool. So with this one, is I think we're going to have a pretty straightforward setup. So we're going to have our users table and we're going to have our post table.
Cool.
And so this is just a rough idea. We might want to change it as we
it's
go
fine.
along.
Let's do that.
Just a starting.
Let's totally do
Yeah.
that. Okay. And cool. Okay. So let's do that. So we have an integer, an username, an email, and following JSON. We won't do that probably, but I don't know why you put that following in JSON, but
So we'll need to figure out how we're going to implement the following for followers, how we
Okay.
kind of map people together. But
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at it. Okay. So we are in here. We have creating this stuff. So let's start. Let's do one thing. npm use node 16. Why node 16? Because I need, so I'm going to use Copilot. Copilot doesn't run on node 18 yet, and I switched my default. I'm so sorry. Okay, so in the migration, we want the table users. Okay, so we are going to modify the existing one. Okay, so what did we say we need? We need the username. Then what we need? Oh, we want created at. Come on, timestamp. Okay, and just this. It will just work. Okay, and then updated at. Yep. Then what we want the email, right?
yeah.
Oh, you are on browser. Sorry, folks. Yeah, you are. Here we go. Email text now. Okay, here we go. You are on browser. Thank you. So sorry. I keep forgetting to switch. And then we users. Okay. So here we go. And thank you. And here we go. So what do? We run this. This is a migration, so we actually go and run this migration, right? So plt migdb migrate. Yay! We generated also some type for the user entity. Cool. So these exist. So now what we can do is Platformatic DB start. Cool. So now we can go back into our browser, localhost 3042, and welcome to Platformatic DB. Happy days. And we can go to graphical. Oh, there's some Harry Potter stuff in graphical. Okay, come on. Do you know that? But this is a little bit of our demo is movie based. And we can go back and see, query, and there are user stuff. Yeah, cool. Okay, seems good. So well, but we need to configure some Auth0 stuff, right? The authentication bits, I think.
Yeah, so we can, I think once somebody has gone ahead and logged in, what do we want to do? We want to go and save that information
Yeah, okay.
into our database, right? Through our API.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that. Let's just do that. So these so essentially what I mean is somebody could just say this is not protected right now. So somebody could just save the user and says or so essentially let's say somebody can get all the users, okay? And say that I want all the users and I want the ID and their email, completely GDPR violations, and not some mutations, really. Completely GDPR violation and so on. Okay, so and I can save one. So all users. Are we going to use the REST or GraphQL, Simon? You drive, so I'm happy.
I think we'll go ahead and use GraphQL.
Yeah, okay, amazing. So I can just show you save user, save a user. And the user is going to be, who is going to be the user? So save user, it's input, it's with an email. What is going to be this guy email? Maybe let's call it Elon at 420.chars.dev. Okay. And then do we need anything else? And then we want the ID of this guy. And ID, okay. It's all a parody, by the way.
Yeah.
A username. I need the username. Okay, so the username is going to be Elon.
Cool. That's a nice automatic validation we got there.
Yeah, come on. Oh, still not. Create. I made a mistake. So whenever you do whenever you made a mistake on your schema, then it goes back and you undo badly because it's created at instead of created at. Okay, so I need to update my migration. Okay, now in 4 I can just do plt migrate plt db migrate -t000. I want to delete stuff. Okay, and then I'm running it again. Cool. So now I've run everything again, and now I can go back into my bits. I can refresh this. Then I can run all users and see this is empty because it's I destroyed the table and save the user. Ooh, created it. Oh, it's not picking up it automatically. Why? It should work. Whatever. I'm just going to drop those now and then going back in the zone later, and let's figure out why they're not created automatically. So, okay, they regenerated everything, and here we go. Okay, let's save Ellen. Okay, it's saved. Cool. Now I can go back and query your users, and it's getting the, okay, Elon. Cool, it's working. So we're going to use this, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool. So I think you were saying right now we've got a completely open GraphQL API, and so anyone can go and save user records to it, which is probably not what we really want. So like you said, we need to do some stuff that once somebody's logged in using Auth0 through GitHub, that we then go and create a record.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with JWT. So JSON
what is PLT? Somebody's asking the right question. What is PLT? PLT is Platformatic. So this is the home of Platformatic open source. So you can find all of this. You can basically npm install Platformatic, and this is what we are using and doing today. So you can find the reference here. There's a lot of stuff. There's a good quick starter guide and a good movie quotes tutorial. Platformatic support SQLite, Postgres, MySQL, and MariaDB. So quite a lot of things. Cool. So where are we? We need to modify some of our code, right? We need to do some React.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think actually what we might want to do first is go and set up some config in our platformatic db.json and
Amazing.
specify some of the JSON Web Token stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely. Like I'm going to do that. Okay.
So we're going to want to, in there, create an authorization block.
So it supports authorization. Who coded that feature?
On me.
Not you. Probably me. No.
And cool. So under authorization, we're going to want to set JWKS allowed domains.
Oh, okay. So JWKS, and then we want allowed domains.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yay.
And then we're going to give it an array, and I've just dropped you the URL.
Here we go. Cool.
And someone just pointed out in the chat, we missed a colon there just after authorization.
Yay, thank you. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it without you. Oh,
Thank you very much.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Do all people in the room know what JWKS is and what does that look like? Do you know? So JWKS is one of the phenomenal thing about Out0, but also JWT. So basically, your authentication was the JWT to go and and authenticate your code. However, you can, a JWT token typically works in both. You can have a symmetric key. So basically, you put a secret when you define the JWT, or you can use a public-private key interaction. A JWKS is a standard for fetching the public key at runtime. So basically, you say these are the allowed domains, and basically you accept every token that's been published by that. It's amazing. Okay. So cool.
Okay, great. So now we've got that there in our authorization. We can head over to the front end and start implementing stuff where we pass through.
Okay, so yeah, so we are out. So, but we didn't specify any rule for the.
We didn't specify any rules. So what will happen right now? I don't know. What will happen if we run that query in GraphQL? Will it work, or will we need to actually go and add some rules first?
Who knows? Let's. JWK is complaining. It's actually complaining. So let's look at it. It's complaining.
Let's make sure we've got this.
I did some mistake, likely.
Authorization.
Authorization, migrations, plugin types, and must be. Let's kill it and restart it. Okay. Yeah, authorization. I think we have made a little mistake on the.
Okay, yeah, let's have a look.
Okay,
just double
let's
checking.
go and look at the docs, the reference, who wrote the reference, and let's consume the. Okay, so. Oh, it's inside the JWT token, the JWT prefix. So here we go. I found it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. It's inside JWT. My bad.
So here we need to do JWT.
Cool.
Okay, so now we can actually run it. Okay, it's working. Here we go. Okay, so let's try and see what's going on in here. So if I run the old user query, what we'll do? Yeah, operation not allowed. Nothing is allowed at the minute.
Nice.
So we need typed JSON. Reality is that with this configuration file, it can be actually possible to have some level of the automatic completion for them. I've started out to do it. I haven't done it yet, but it will be possible. So it's now it's not dot. Don't use dot. Sorry, I just said that. I don't use dot. But it's possible for config files to have that support. But because we have all the information for this in a JSON schema, so it actually would be possible to provide some level of automatic validation of it. Cool. So where are we? We need to put some rules here, I think, because otherwise things will not be working at all.
Yeah, great. So we'll add some, these are going to be authorization rules that will allow us to control whether people can save stuff, read stuff, that kind of thing.
Okay, so in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the intro to the docs, and then there are rules. Okay, where are the rules? Is there programmatic rules? Do we wrote any?
We have some rule examples in the main configuration, I think, under authorization. There's some example rules in there.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, but it's not much. Yeah, here it is. But we should add some more stuff in here, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think this definitely needs to work. So that's a great point. So if anyone's like looking at this stuff and wondering about stuff in the docs or stuff's missing, please raise an issue and we can take a look at how we can improve some of that. That'd be really helpful.
Okay, so what we want, and we want a role called user, I guess, and the user and with on an entity, which is users. Okay. And a user can only find checks. So we need the checks. And then we want the ID, or maybe with the email, the AD, I think. Okay. And ID equal to the XX Platformatic. Did you do it like that?
So we've got some role stuff baked in, which will come through in the JWT.
Okay.
But one thing just before that, I think the entity, I think it needs to be the singular.
We need some more config here. So we need to specify the role key. Okay. So let's go back into the docs and then copy stuff from the docs. So, yeah, user metadata. I don't think this doc does not really work very well. X Platformatic role. Okay, yeah. Right?
Cool.
Like, what do we need to specify? Or I'm going ahead like these docs, we need some work. Haha, I found some.
So we are testing them live. So what we need to figure out, I think, is
it will.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it from the token, right? So I can tell you some things on Auth0. I've configured it to bake a couple of things in. So let me drop those over to you. So we are baking in somewhere here.
Going to drink some water in the meanwhile.
So you can, just dropping it over to you here. This is the structure of stuff that you'll find in the JWT.
Okay, you pasted it in. Okay, yeah. Cool. So we have, role, nickname, and GitHub user. Yeah, but I don't need most of this here. I need the user ID. Like, we want the authorization based on the user ID from, because you can change everything else. So from our user ID, okay?
Yeah, and I think we need to,
do we have an ID, something unique in the token?
Yeah, so I think we need to set the ID, we've got the username, but we don't have an ID. But what we do have is the Platformatic role. So I think above JWT, I think we need to add this role key. And that's going to look at the role key and then check it against the role that you specified in the rules.
Yeah, sorry. Where?
Oh, so I just threw that over to you. So there's a role key,
Yeah.
Which we need to set at the top level of the authorization block.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Here. Okay. This needs to be there.
So that should apply that. And then in terms of actually setting, this is a great question. So for this part, what can we use? GitHub doesn't give us like a unique ID through, or we haven't got it here. So I think we can just use that username because we can trust the data that we've got through.
It's not stable. Let's look at what is in the.
That's a good question.
In that 420 chars. Okay, so it's a feed. Okay, loading. Okay, so I should have somewhere a JWT token. Let's do the loading. Let's refresh. Token. Yay, this seems a token. No, maybe. Is this a token? Seems long.
Oh, it's got a lot of data in there, yeah.
So. Oh, sorry, can't do that. I need to copy it.
Oh, I think you can get it maybe more easily in the preview.
Yeah, preview. Yeah. Lightly.
That token should have it. And
okay,
cool.
I have a long JWT token. Okay, I am probably not going to stream this all, so I'm going to move it, and then I'm going. Let me check this JWT check, and let's see what's in that token. So encoded.
So what I'm looking at here is like the GitHub user ID. So we can get that from. Yeah, we need to embed it separately.
App metadata. There is a unique user ID. Okay. So
cool.
Just a second, and let's put it on the email. Okay, let's say, but not super easy. So the problem, okay, folks, the problem that we're trying to solve now is we want to be able to map, given a given user coming in from Auth0, we need to create an entity on our own database, right? So, and map it to that table that we were talking about before, okay? So,
oh yeah, folks are seeing the browser right now, I think.
Yeah, focus. Oh yeah, but I'm not coding, so this is what I'm saying as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to show you the token as it is. So, well, so yeah, otherwise you could do something with it or whatever. So, sorry, folks.
Secrets are no fun.
Yeah.
So so
let's
we
go back into the
just
code.
figuring out what we embed here, right? So if you want, I can go and change some config in Auth0 so that we bake in the email address from GitHub.
No, there is already. Okay. I can, so in the token, okay, there is user ID coming from GitHub to identify people correctly. So, but role user. So let me. So if you go inside, let me put this. Sorry, let me copy this on the screen so you can. Yeah, allow domain is basically which token authority is trusted. Yes, allow domain is that. Okay, so jwt.info, and then I have this massive token. Oh no, it's jwt.io. Okay, cool. This massive token. Okay, which I'm going to delete immediately. Okay. Oh no, I can't. Okay, so you will be seeing the token anyway. And then I can do this here, and then here we go. Okay. One of the EQ is one of the fields in the WT payload needs to be mapped to one of the fields in the users table. We're just deciding which one, essentially. Don't we have a? Doesn't Auth0 gives us a user ID on their own?
And not if you're using social sign-on like GitHub. So
Really?
yeah, I don't believe so.
Let me see.
So I can just go and change the config now so that we've got that email address coming through directly as like a top level field.
Yeah, put it in X Platformatic date, blah 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 blah, so that we can. Let's see. This is this tenant. Let me look at it. Okay. So users.
Okay, so I can tell you where it is.
Here it is. So this is the panel for users. So you got user management to users, and you see that there is me and Simon. Cool. And then view details. And yeah, you see it has user ID GitHub. You see this is the user ID from them, which is what we want.
Ah, weird, and it's not coming through. Okay, so we can probably.
It's coming through.
So
It is coming through. It's inside identities. Sorry, it's not inside identity. It is user ID. Is in the JSON. Is GitHub user, and it's in the JSON user ID.
Yeah, so it's embedded, like nested down in the object. Is that what you're saying?
Put back into the top?
Yeah,
like
sure.
I want this user ID to the top.
Okay, so what do you want it to be? User underscore ID? Yeah, keep it simple.
Platformatic.
Do we want it to be like?
Yeah, call it Auth0 ID or something. So that's we. Or call it user ID. Call it user ID.
Okay. Cool. So behind the scenes here, also I'm not gonna. Nobody can see my screen, but we're just basically setting up an Auth0 so that we can do. It allows you to actually bake extra stuff into the JSON Web Token.
I need to organize because I think I can allow you to stream your screen or something. But that's
no worries. I have way too much junk on my screen right now. Okay, cool. So user ID, and we're going to get that from event.user. And just looking at the field, the ID that we've got there, event.user. Okay, .user, .identities, .user ID. Okay, so the user ID that we get through from GitHub, we want the numeric one, right?
Yeah, we want GitHub's. No, I would take the string. GitHub.
You want the string? Okay.
Yes, because so that when we support multiple authentication mechanisms, because this is becoming super social, so you can log in with Google too.
Cool. Okay, great.
You might want to, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to change that now. Event.user.user ID, and so I'll call that property user underscore ID or Auth0 user.
Call it something like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to deploy that.
Which means that, you deploy those changes, which means that I'm going to get into my feed. I'm going to log out.
Perfect.
And I'm going to log in again. Clicking. It's amazing. Then I can inspect this and go here on the network, maybe reloading. And then there is the token key. Cool. And I can get the token. Okay. Copying this, putting it into my JSON Web Token stuff.
So
Oh, yeah.
Lloyd was asking in the chat about allowed domains, like, and he was asking if that's basically which token authority is trusted,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's exactly it. So that gets embedded into the token, and then Platformatic can automatically like decode the token, which is effectively base64 encoded, and check that that is there. Otherwise, all we're doing is actually checking that the JWT is decoded, right? And it's not actually secure unless we check that. Is that correct, Matteo?
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Sorry, but I'm still getting the same data.
Okay, so I don't know how quickly Auth0 deploys it. So I deployed that. It says it's up to date. So you might want to log out and back in again and see what happens then.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Log out and log in.
I imagine nobody watching today has had a development experience like this before, right? It's all just so glamorous all the time.
It's so glamorous. All the topic of this stream is let's not do glamorous work at all. Like again, it's all not glamorous. Okay, like the software development is a messy thing, and so you
very.
Okay, so still not there.
Okay, let's have a look at what's going on here. So
you put this config in.
It should be at the top level, Auth0
authentication
user ID.
Sorry.
So it's if you dive into Actions Library.
Okay, library.
Custom.
Oh wow, amazing.
So Marco, one of the Platformatic devs, showed me how to do this morning. And
so it's Auth0 user ID.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. And it should be event-user ID. I don't think it exists.
That's weird. Okay.
I don't think that exists. Do you know if it
because
exists?
it's grabbing event.nickname, which is there in that GitHub object. That comes
event.user. Yeah, there is already there, user ID.
Cool. So okay. Cool.
Let me edit it. Okay. So it's like
perfect.
That. Okay. Deploy.
Interesting. It's interesting how like Auth0 didn't give us any kind of error there. It was just like
it's JavaScript, man. What do you expect?
It's going. It's null. That's not very or undefined.
Cool. So we're logging in, and here we go. And user ID. Yay! Network. Let me refresh. Let's see the token. What the token look like. Let's see if we have the stuff in the token. And is there?
Oh, so someone just pointed out in the chat all the time along. We've had that ID there. It's under sub in the top level.
Sorry.
It's automatically baked into the token.
It's sub. Oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Diego. It's the subject of the issuer, and there's even a link to the RFC.
Okay.
There.
So here we can just put sub. Cool. Beautiful. So this is, let's put it. So let's do something. Okay. So let's call this Auth0 ID, and this is sub. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to create another migration. Do one.do.sql, give this man a token, and I lose the word. And 002.do.sql. Okay. And then we need add Auth0 AD column to user stable. Thank you. This is actually pretty cool. And and I want a unique constraint. Yeah, okay. So now, and let's do 00.2. undo.sql. Who need generators when there is Copilot? Remove out0 ID column from users table. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Copilot. So here, let's do migrate. Here we go. Oh, cannot add a unique column. Okay, fine. Cool. Not sure why, but we'll figure it out later. Okay, amazing. Oh, you're still on the browser screen. Thank you. Sorry, folks. You missed some very nice bits of Copilot action. So we have added the stuff. So we have added the out0 ID column. So now in here, what we can do is here we go. So out0 ID and equal sub. Okay, so this should work. Then we want if to find a user only this, and then what we want to do the same for save to. So only users can only save themselves. This seems pretty correct. Like you can only save yourself as a generic rule of life. So, and then delete. Nobody can delete anybody. Cool. So this would work apparently. So let me try. Okay. So this is a massive JWT token. Okay. And I can go to graphical. Okay. And how I'm passing this though? Big question. It's authorization bearer. So
cool. I think we're still seeing the code right now.
Oh, you're still seeing the code. Cool, folks. Sorry. So I'm going to graphical, okay, and then I am putting in here. I am putting in authorization, and then it should be bearer, and a massive lob of. Okay, and a massive lob of code. Okay, so now if I'm running all users, okay, I can run all users and says operation not allowed, which is not what I would expect. Fun.
Okay, so what's going on here? So Platformatic DB is automatically looking at that authorization header, right? And it's looking to see for the bearer, and it's pulling out the token. Okay, cool. And that checks. Let me just double check the docs. Checks.
Okay. Just a second. So I found the problem. So in here you can see it here. You see it as it warns. It says no rule for roles. So basically, we are not finding a rule for. It's just assigning role anonymous for some reason. So is this correct? The role key.
Let me have a look.
For.
No, it's dot space. Not dot dev.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. So now we have refreshed it. So if you go back here, it's refreshed the config. So we are going back to our graphical and run it again. Complaining again, big time. So let's see what the error looks like at the minute. Still no rule for roles. So JWKS, expert from, okay. So, there is, Oh, as dot have at the end too. Let's see. Let me.
The allowed one's slightly different to that, though. Okay.
Let me look at this. So let's go back into the JSON, and it has 420 space X Platformatic role. We need better logging for this. Definitely a lot more logging.
For sure.
So let's see. Row 16. Oh, this row 16 allowed domain. No, this allowed domain should be correct. Let's check.
That's an auth0 specific thing.
You know, 04 char dev. Yeah, no, this is correct. So, okay. So, given that I don't know how to do it, I'm going to.
So we can. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to the main platformatic development, and I'm going to add some custom logging, and JWT.
Nice. Very nice.
And I need here. Sorry, find rule. No, where is it? It's in index. And in the pre-handler, fastify as blah blah blah. Fastify as okay. Maybe, but I think we are just missing this request.log. And user request.user logged user in, and I'm just going to do log.info right now, but I'm going to switch it to tracing after that. Okay, I need to come on, shut down. Okay, here we go. Now I need to go back into my window and run it again. It sees that it's not. Switch up. Okay, this is the data that we are getting. Okay, so logged user in. We need this. I need to add this. I'll send a PR after it. So it's so useful. So logged user in, we have the user sub. Yeah, but the sub, it's correct. Okay. Then we have the role user. Okay. So seems correct. So role user, entity users. There's definitely a typo in here. Lot of work we need to do on this authorization piece, Simon.
Definitely.
So, okay, let's look at the... we need to add way more docs on it. We are building Twitter from scratch. We'll see where we are at when we finish this stream in 45 minutes. So, okay, so we are in setup rules. So, on ready, rule, okay, roles. Okay, where is get? Oh, get roles. Okay, oh, get roles in utils. Okay, so get roles. Okay, so request log info roles. Output found roles. Okay, then I need to refresh this. So touch. No, but I need to restart it completely, unfortunately. Okay, so here started. Okay, now let's switch. Oh, Okay, back here, run the query. Still there. Let's switch to the chat and let's see where roles user. Found roles. Well, it says no rule for roles. And it says found roles. What? Doesn't make any sense. So, get roles.
So I'm just checking to see. We might be able to just work around this and.
No, but we don't need. Like, let's fix it, man.
Let's fix it.
You know
deeper.
who I am and how I do things. So let's go through the wall, and arenate ourselves easily, and then we resume in a couple of weeks. I'm not doing the stream next week. Going to be in London, so it's we are going back and streaming again in a couple of weeks with this. So.
So I'm really surprised that we couldn't fully recreate all of Twitter in an afternoon. I mean, we've still got, 42 minutes.
Yeah, but we arenate ourselves, in a bug in our code. So you see, it's
exactly.
So much fun. And so let's look at it in another way. So we have found roles, okay, and user, okay, and then it says no rule for roles. So in here, no rules for roles. Okay, so find rules. So we have the rules. So here we want also to have the rules. Okay, good. Let's do that. Okay, so now what I want to run this. I'm not going to switch, and then you see all the massive blob of code where I have run the request. Okay, so this is the code. It says rules. There's no rules. So the point is, it's no rules. Why there's no rules? We made a silly mistake, man. Let me tell you. I'm pretty sure. So I think we made a very silly mistake. And one action would be severely improve validation on the stuff. So one way to find out how things works is to look at their test. So let's open up the JWT test and see how damn I coded this thing. So it's singular, it's not plural. Like, that's the problem. That's literally the problem. It's singular, not plural.
Ouch. Okay. That's a excellent thing uncovered though.
Can you please open an issue while I'm fixing this? Thank you.
For sure. I'll open it. We don't want everyone on the stream to open an issue, please.
Simon, if you can open an issue. Or if you want to open an issue, you can open all the issues you want. So if I'm refreshing this, okay, now it should work as we expect it to. Okay, it's working. So now I can stream, go back here, and you can see that we run graphical and I can do all users, and it's actually working correctly. Okay, so you see that's not giving me stupid stuff anymore. Cool. Okay.
Amazing.
We made it. Well, silly mistakes. That's what all it takes. So it is what this check do, and it should have been a 5-minute thing. It turned out to be half an hour. And this is friction that we're going to remove in our next release. So we have a few bugs to fix, Simon, I think. Or we might fix them in the next stream, we'll see.
Keep tuned. So I'm going to create an issue about that so we can make sure that if you specify an entity that doesn't exist, we'll let you know. That sounds good, right?
There is some more stuff. Iko, can you create an issue so that with that on our project? So
yeah, that
if
would
you
be
want
great.
to. Otherwise, I will go through in the message later on and create the stuff. So we have this. So we want to integrate this with the front end now, right, Simon?
Sounds good. So I should throw an error if entity doesn't exist. Specify
Okay.
author. Okay, cool. Got that noted. I'm gonna. Cool. So yeah, we've got that working now. We've got the authentication set up so that on the authorization rather, so the Platformatic DB doesn't allow you to do stuff unless you've logged in.
Yeah, and when you store, when you can only find yourself, and look at tap yourself and look
Perfect.
at the checks on, and save yourself. Okay, and
Excellent.
also, we also need some more stuff in here. I think it's the defaults. So what we want is we want to store, okay, the username. Okay, defaults, and this is the auth0 ID, and so when we store something, we want to store it with the we want. Oh, this is not correct. And this is auth0 ID. Okay, we want to store it with the auth0 ID set to the sub. Cool.
Oh, so that will automatically set it in the
Yeah.
database for us when we save a record. Nice.
When we save, so basically we can query and find. So whenever, how do we do the React bits?
Okay, so we want to go and save, right? So we're going to use URQL.
Oh, wow, I love URQL.
It's a lovely library, and I'm going to drop the link in the chat. And so they've got a nice little guide, and we're going to go ahead and install
not URQL.
URQL.
URQL. Okay.
So you'll need URQL, you'll need GraphQL as well, because that's a peer dependency.
It's a peer dependency. I hate peer dependencies. It's one of the most brutal things about React. It's brutal, by the way. You can't have more than one version of React running on your computer, on your project for some reason, whatever. So
okay,
we have added them.
Right. So let's go back to our components. Where are we? So we've got app.jsx.
This is we can delete.
Which is
we have the feed.
Cool. And then we've got the feed. Right. Cool. So inside the feed, I think we're going to want to pull in URQL. So we're going to pull in create client and provider from URQL.
Okay. Sorry. I am actually cleaning things up a little bit. So we want to create a.
So we want to pull in import create client and provider from URQL.
Okay, sorry. So import create client from.
That's the one from URQL.
Okay.
I'm also going to pull in provider as well, which is a.
Oh yeah, we want the provider too. Okay, yeah.
Cool, and that's uppercase P for provider.
Cool. Because it's a freaking but it's because it's a freaking React component, right?
Exactly, because it's a React component. So what we want to do now is go down, and to actually use it, we'd say I'm going to throw it over here to you. So we want to wrap our code here with that. So where we've got this div and everything, we can wrap it in that provider.
Mm-hmm.
And that will allow the components that we're now going to create another component in a minute, which will make a GraphQL, be able to make a GraphQL query because it's going to use a client that we're going to create in a moment.
Okay.
So,
and I need to create the client though.
Yeah. So here's a little bit of code for the client.
I need the outside, I think.
So yeah. So const client equals create client. Perfect. And then you're going to pass through a URL, and that's going to be our GraphQL endpoint. So it's an options object, and it's going to be
amazing.
GraphQL endpoint, and we're going to set the request policy to network only. That just means we avoid any caching for the moment whilst we're developing.
No cache.
And
because we don't need it this fast.
It's going to be so fast you won't need it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
Okay, so that should be good for now, but we're going to need to actually pass through the token and stuff that we get from auth0 as well. so we can specify a fetch options function. So
okay, and in the fetch option function,
cool. So we're gonna need to return like a headers object.
just a second, sorry, just a second.
No worries. So just while Mateo's gone, we're going to need to, we're basically going to try and actually get
I
the
will need
JWT.
to be back. My daughter just jumped in.
No problem. So we'll let Mateo go and take care of things from home. But what we're going to do is we're going to be getting the JSON Web Token from Auth0. So once we've logged in with Auth0, the JSON Web Token is available, and we need to actually call that. And we're going to then pass that through when we make requests to our Platformatic DB GraphQL API. And so that will allow us then to actually get all that stuff that we've seen there when we were using GraphQL. It will work through the web UI, which we're building here. So what we need to actually do is we're going to add a bit of code, just poke around at some code I have here, that is actually getting that token for us. So there's a way of getting the access token silently. So I'm going to prepare that for Mateo. Welcome back.
Sorry, folks. Sorry, big time. So we lost a few people watching when I just jumped away, and I'm so sorry about it. But you know what you do.
No problem. So I was just explaining to folks that we're going to be getting the JSON Web Token that Auth0 gives us after we've logged in, and we're going to be passing that through in our Platformatic DB.
Okay, so I'm going to do get token. How we get the token?
So we're going to have to get it somewhere else. So for now, we need to actually go and do some Reacty stuff.
Okay.
So we need to do use effect.
I love use effect. It's one of my favorite interview questions. I typically ask all the time why it's called use effect.
That's a great question. I don't even know.
You know more React than me, but I can ask questions that very tricky.
I think together we may be a whole React developer.
Maybe.
Possibly 3/4. So okay,
because we have not done CSS yet in that case.
Oh yeah, we haven't touched CSS yet. That's true. Okay, cool. So let's have a look here. I've got a couple of little snippets here. So we're going to use the Auth0. We need to actually import the use Auth0, which we already have. So that's cool. So we're going to use that, and we're going to get the. Let me just drop in some stuff here. So there's a bunch of stuff that Auth0 provided gives us. So we actually need to add in get access tokens silently on line 17. So you see how we're getting, we're unpacking user is authenticated. We need
get token silently.
Access token silently. Cool. I'll just drop it in the chat. Yeah, that's the one. So we're going to get that back. And then we also need to import use state from React, because once we've got the token, we're going to set that token.
Yeah. Import use state from React.
I'm just going to start throwing it into the Twitch chat to see how it handles.
Yeah, no, I know how to do that. Like my
Beautiful.
React skill is not that bad. I never understood how to do React development when there were all the class stuff. If you don't remember those, I completely skipped it. But since they shipped the hooks, I actually understand React a little bit more. Okay, so use state.
Oh, that's wild. I understood the classes better, but I'm not going back now.
I couldn't figure them out at all. Is there a repo for this project? Yes, there is. There is a repo.
Cool. I'll drop that in.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon. Cool. So, where are we going?
Cool. So when we're done, we'll be pushing the code out there. There's a draft pull request where this code's all going to land. So cool. So we've got that in there, and now we need to after that, after we've done the token use state, we need to do make a call to use effect.
Use state. Yay! Use effect. So, but use effect ID, we need use effect.
Cool. Exactly.
Use effect.
And cool, and we're going to give it a callback function, exactly, and we're going to give it an array of dependencies. So get access token silently, and is authenticated. So sorry, that's going to be an array as the second argument to that function.
So,
to use effect.
The first argument?
So I've just dropped it in a message to you there because it's a bit of a block of
on
code.
the other end.
So you can see. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, it's a long function. So let me cheat it badly. Okay, let's cheat. I love when Simon cheats. Okay, so here we go.
You got to cheat sometimes.
You guys, thank you, Simon.
Okay, and we've got those beautiful double quotes in there that you love. Okay, so cool. So what we're doing here, just to explain a little bit about what this code is. So if the user is authenticated, then we're going to make a call to get access token silently, and that makes a call to Auth0's API, and they then should give us back a JWT, an access token. So if we go ahead and actually now run this code in the browser, we should hopefully see that access token getting logged out.
Okay, let's try. Just a second. Let me... Oh, it's complaining. It's throwing an exception. Unterminated string, literal. I made a mess. I made a big mess. So...
Where's our unterminated string literal?
Let's see. Unterminated. Where is it? Unterminated screen. Feed.js line 2, character 38. Line 2, character 38. That was indeed simple. Okay, so here we go. Oh, okay. So basically, after this pairing session, we need to install Neovim 3 sitter for you because this syntax highlight is a crime.
What's happening? Sorry.
Oh, somebody's telling me that I need to install 3 sitter.
Treat it.
I will. It's my brain is weird. This syntax highlighting looks perfect for me. So you see, my brain is super weird. So okay. Can you drop me a tweet or a DM or something so that I can not you, Simon. Merano Fox, can you send me a message with a link to that, and I will try. I'll try it. Definitely try it out. So console. Oh, we have an object, and the object has our access token. Cool. It has also a prototype.
Nice.
Yeah, seems right.
Cool.
We have
that's just because of the way the console log statement is. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So we've got the access token there. It should be setting it in the state.
There is a question from Veritas. Veritatas, we are at this point. We solved the problem with authentication with the database, but it was a typo. And I will file a PR to Node to Platformatic DB to improve the validations so that typos are less possible at least. Okay, cool. That's just about it. And now we are integrating it with the front end.
Cool. So we've got our token back. What do we need to do next? We need to actually make sure that we can get that into our client. Now, this is where my React skills fall apart, and hopefully yours can fill in the gaps. So we need to figure out a way, because we want to only create that client once. So it can't, but it needs to happen inside the scope of our feed, right? So we can access that state of the token.
Ooh. Let me see. So how do you call Arcol?
How do we call? So we've got that there, create client. So to do an actual query, we'll need to do that in another component.
No, not Axios. Never use Axios. Axios is wrong. Don't use Axios. Don't use Axios. It's
cool. So why no Axios?
Because it's super duper slow, and it's from another era. So don't use Axios. Use Arcol.
That sounds like good
or
reasons.
Use Fetch.
Okay. Woohoo, Fetch.
Okay.
Fetch
providing the client.
It's the best. Okay. So
it is. Okay, but
we use queries separately. I can show you some code for that.
Yeah,
so
I am. Look,
good for that.
It's probably context option, and Yes.
Thanks, Echo. We'll take a look at that issue later. Cool. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? We're trying to take that token and be able to use it when we create our client, or when when that fetch option. So basically the token that we're setting with set token needs to be in the same scope as create client.
Yeah, but let me look at, so let's do the Stack Overflow route. So arcall authorization, not URL, arcall.
Excellent.
And authentication.
Cool.
And
so it allows us, I actually sent you a little code snippet earlier, which has it where, so we return an object with headers. Because it basically just added it into fetch.
Yeah, I know what to do. Okay. Cool. Let me try that. Okay, where is it? You pasted something?
Oh yeah, so it's a little further up. I can repaste it.
Sorry, I know what to do. Okay. So I'm going to cheat badly now. We're going to do something very insecure.
Should I cover my eyes?
Did you paste anything somewhere?
Okay, yeah. So we've got the fetch options. I'm just removing. So it's got a bunch of comments there. You want to strip up the fetch options there.
Options. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
So okay. So you need to write the get token, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are we going to put it in local storage?
Yeah, you see.
I can look.
Look, don't do this at home.
Okay.
Don't do this at home. This is bad. Okay.
If you are more competent with React than we are, please tell us the way we should be doing this. But for now, we're going to do it.
I'm going to put it in local storage. Big time, big cheat.
I've definitely seen React applications doing this.
Yes, big time, big time.
Don't do this.
So, okay. So let's do it. Local storage, like something never to do that. Okay.
And so what would be fun actually is after we've committed this stuff and we'll push this up and it'll be in the PR, feel free if you know how to do this in a better way, please drop some comments on the PR and then we'll make sure that what ends up in main is
set better. Item, and we want token and access token. By the way, the guys tell you not to do this at home, so don't do this. Okay, don't do this ever.
Cool. Yeah, cookies. Someone was pointing out we could be using a cookie.
Yeah, cookies are weird because we can't really set them from the browser. So we need to emit them from the server, which means that we can't really create them from the with an authentication like Auth0. I don't know how to store it in Auth0 itself. So let's look at the browser. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, we are here. So we are here on the feed. Okay, now we can inspect. Oh, and I don't want to inspect. I want the console. Okay, and then I want to log out. And I want to log in, and yay, continue, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Okay, loaded. Okay, access token, cool, seems about correct. Let's look in our application and see if local storage, if it has our key, okay. And token, yes, there is our token. Okay, so we can, everything will work.
Great. So bad it's beautiful. So we have a token in local storage. Reminder, do not do this at home.
Yeah.
So we will figure out a better way to do this later, but we've got the token there. So now we can go ahead and actually write a query, right? To query our GraphQL API.
We will write a query to call GraphQL API. Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So because the way this is set up right now, we've got that provider down here. So we're going to create a new component, and we'll just call that like the timeline, for example, because the component nesting is weird.
Well, we need to, first of all, we need to do a few things here.
Mm-hmm.
So in here, we got our token, and then we want to do a query here with our
So we can't do a query because use query, the way it works, is that it has to be used inside a component that is inside that provider component.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we're going to go and create another component.
Okay, so this is a feed. Okay, so I'm going to create the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the timeline, I need to export default function. Okay. The function.
Okay, great. And then we're going to bring in use query from URQL, which is just that's what we're going to use to actually be able to go and make our query.
Okay, so did you post it somewhere, anywhere?
Oh yeah, I threw that over to you on Slack, so got that there. Cool.
Okay, so we use query. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So here I need to do import timeline. Yeah, amazing. Okay, and then here it's timeline. Okay.
So then in our timeline component, cool.
So this is, of course. So what we need to do now, first of all, we need to create our users. That's what I was trying to say, Simon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Okay. So this is using that use query hook, and we need to now just rename that query, which is called post query.
So the first query is get. Let's call it get current user. Okay. And
cool.
We need the sub from auth 0. So let's look at the feed on how we get the user.
Oh, so that should automatically happen. So because we created that client and it's got the token going in there. Sorry, you want the sub right with the user ID.
That's true. So that's true. Right. You're absolutely right. And because I've the way we have configured the other bits, so yeah, should just work. So get current users. Okay, so const get current user. This should just be a string, right?
Yeah, just a regular GraphQL query.
It's a query, and we want users, and then from here we want the ID and the auth0 ID, I would say. And then, that's it really. Okay. So use query result. Okay. And then what we want is then store user. Okay. So here, if we don't have that, we need to do a mutation and do save user. Let's call it save user. And this is, I can never remember how to do GraphQL variables.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I never remember how to do them, ever. So I'm looking them. Yeah, super easy. Yeah, mutation, save user, save me. Okay, and this as the it has the, okay, it needs to have here, it has auth 0 ID. Okay. Well, I don't need even that. I need
that should happen automatically, right?
It should happen
So we need
automatically.
username and email address, yeah?
The username and the email address, okay, which we can get from the token. So I can actually come back here and default. So we have the email. Do we remember what it was on the token itself?
Good question.
So let me see. Okay.
We don't have it at the top level.
We don't. It's not on a top level. Yeah, we don't. Huh. Too bad.
Okay. Shall we? What do we have? So we've got the username though. We can put
We
the
got
username.
the G nickname. Okay, so I can take this one. Oh, sorry. I keep making a mess of the defaults. Okay, so yay. So this G name. Okay, oh, sorry. The email, and this is the G nickname. Okay. Cool. And you can control. We can set this stuff from there. From auth 0. We might want to add the email there too. So
Yeah.
at the top level.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I can go sort that whilst you're adding other stuff.
Okay. So anyway, this is not the email. Sorry, this is the nickname. So this is a username. Okay. Cool. And yeah, so it's getting from the sub, and we got this username here automatically picked. Cool. This seems to have common stuff that we should probably automate somewhere. Okay, in a module, like good.
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Seems a common problem that I'm taking. I took a post-it, so now after that I can remember to create some stuff.
Excellent.
Cool. So okay, so we have done this. Okay, so now save me. I don't need the email. To be honest, I don't want to save anything. I just want to call a mutation save user, which should get all the things automatically for me. And I want the ID. Okay, so okay, let's see. Okay, let's run the command first. Okay, and see what it says on the console. Oh, we need course, man. Course.
Yeah, get some cores in the config, in the Platformatic
We need
config.
to get some course in the config. So here we just specify course, enable true, origin, star. Good.
Cool.
Let's see. Did it like it? Oh, no, enabled is not needed. Cool. 4. Oh, again. It did crap out. Yeah. Here it is. PLT. Okay. There is a bug somewhere in the auto reload.
Ah, that's what's going. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, okay. So then let's go back here. Let's reload. It's not printing anything in the console. Did we?
Okay.
Did I save stuff?
Let's see.
So
we've got SR timeline components coming in. That's doing get current user. Cool. What are we
In
seeing?
the app, sorry, the feed as the provider with the client and the timeline.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then in the timeline, where it could be a timing issue with the token getting set.
Yeah.
Could be a race condition. Although it should be there in local storage already, right? Yeah.
Should be there in local storage.
Let's have a look in our timeline component and see what's going on.
Let's see. Sorry, let's look at the network and see if.
Cool.
Pre-flight. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it says operation not allowed. Path users.
Oh. Cool.
Oh, because it's not setting the token.
Which it should be. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay. So in here, let's see console log token. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to log out the token here to make sure we're getting it back from local storage, right? Cool.
It's not calling that fetch option function, man.
Oh, it's because it's nested. You've got fetch options twice on line 12 and 13. Cool.
Now we are talking. Now it is working. Maybe.
Yeah, we got some data. So if we expand that data, that's hopefully our users.
It's empty. That's correct. So data users. Okay, great.
Cool.
Okay, so go back to my code. Okay, let's remove the token. Then what we want is in the timeline. Okay, so if data users length 0. Okay, these so we do not exist in the DB yet. And amazing code that attack. Veritatis. So okay, so we do not exist in the DB yet. And then const res2 use query, and then the query is save user. Okay, and then I'm not sure React will allow me to do this, but we'll see.
So I'm super curious, like people in the chat, like who's using React every day for development? Are many people using React every day, or are you all digging away in the back end?
I knew that won't work. Okay. So this is, we need to do a conditional. Can we do a conditional query with use query?
Is it complaining about a hook being nested? Oh, okay, I can't see that.
Yeah,
right.
Nested. Yeah.
That's a great question.
Let's open up the Arcol docs.
Yeah, let's have a look. So we're just to explain what we're trying to do. We're trying to, if our user doesn't exist, we're trying to use the use query hook, but React's complaining because we've nested it inside an if statement, and it doesn't like that.
Yeah. That you see this pause, okay, and then can just be commented out, and
oh, nice. Okay.
No, it's not this one though that we want.
It's not this. Okay. Okay.
Mutations. Okay, we want to execute them. Oh, you use mutation. That's why. Okay, that's correct. So that's the problem. So what we want
Got it.
is to do the use mutation. Okay, so now,
So we could probably upsert with use mutation, right?
we could,
Effectively.
but I won't do that. Like I don't like we could.
I'm just wondering if we'll still have an issue with the nested hook. That's all.
No. What we can do
Maybe
here
not.
is const. This is what I need. Okay. So save. Where is it? Sorry. Just a second. Going to get updated. Yeah, this is the query. Okay, so here we need to pass in save user, and then so let's call it save user with a capital S. And
so someone in the chat is testing my Italian, and it's not so great. Sorry.
What are we doing?
What are we doing right now? Okay, so right now we are trying to be able to actually save a user. So once somebody is logged in, we're trying to save the record to the database, and so that we've got a record in our database of that user, so that then we can go ahead and the next step will be being able to make posts that we associate with that user.
Okay, expected dollar. Okay, syntax error seems good. Okay. Syntax error on the GraphQL side, which seems about correct. Yeah, I made a mess here. So okay. So bad request. All the infinite loop. Amazing. Which I guess it's still going on. Let's see if we are bombing our server. No, it stopped. GraphQL validation error. So cool, is not telling me anything here. Great. So here.
So someone's asking what language we're using. So we're using, right here, we're using JavaScript with React in Astro. And then we've got the backend, which is Platformatic, which is built around JavaScript on top of Node.js.
Yeah. User input it's required. So I need to provide something here. And
so it's interesting. Someone in the chat is saying they've run into these kind of problems as well. It can be a bit tricky with
okay.
With React for sure.
Console. Okay. Well, React limits the order on infinite loop. Cool. Stays at 0. Okay. This is too many re-renders. Yeah. So it means this is not really working. Let's see in network what it says. So GraphQL token. No, token is fine. GraphQL. So the course one, first post. This is the payload, which is users. Okay. Then the second one, save me. Okay. What's the response? User input. It's on field. Do you mean input? Of course I meant input. So cool. So here instead I need input. Okay. Now where we are back here, it's going on and on and on. More bugs. Users. Okay. Not tool constraint. Users.email. Yeah, that's the problem we were talking about. So did you add the stuff, Simon, to the email?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just check if I published that. It should be published.
And what's the email?
It will be under that namespace again. Let me just drop it in.
Email?
Yep, exactly. You got it.
So let's see.
Should be
Okay,
there now.
so here we go.
Oh, damn it. It's probably not going to work. Hang on, let me save it again. Okay, so I've just redeployed it. Cool. Oh, no, sorry, it's GitHub-email.
Oh, okay. Is GitHub?
Yeah, GitHub.
GH, right?
GitHub as in GitHub. Yeah.
Okay, as in GitHub, like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Dash email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So saved it. Okay, refresh this. So it stopped. No, it didn't. So it kept going. Dang. It's still, oh yeah, because I need to log off. So, and in order to log off, this is funny. Let me go into application. I'm going to log off the hard way. First clear local storage. Okay, then I can refresh. And then I can, log out. Okay, then I can log in again.
So we've got a question here from Iku. What if you do the save me mutation after getting a token on the client before changing the authorized status?
I don't understand the question.
No, I'm not quite clear either. Feel free to ask a little bit more if you can clarify that.
User email is not picking it up.
Okay.
Let me look at the token. Okay, so, and let me look at the token.
It might not be coming through again. Let's see.
It's not there right now.
Okay, so it might be an issue. I've just sent you a link to the post login action. It's possible that I've got the wrong field again. The autocomplete is not the best there. Okay.
So I clear this. Okay. Log out.
Okay. I'm going to try
log in again.
Okay, I've just deployed a new one with that token, so
just a second. Where it is? I need to clear storage. Okay, log out. Log in. Nope.
okay, so I'm not quite sure why it's not coming through in the token there. Let's have a look. Custom actions. I think we're almost out of time. Let's have a look. Document.
Yeah, we are at the time, man. So we'll fix it tomorrow. Okay, so I don't know if we can do a little bit of a stream or not, but we will try to fix it tomorrow morning and post it on the PR, and then we'll keep working at it for the next stream or something like that.
Absolutely, that's great. So, I mean, I think we've got a pretty long way, and we've found out some nice things we've got some issues for. Thank you, everyone who raised issues today. That was super helpful. We'll take a look at those. And yeah, we're going to make this stuff a bit easier to debug. Author's always tough.
Yeah, we should fix this problem. So it's, to be honest,
Definitely.
It's way too complex. So we have experienced it firsthand, and we will improve things quite a bit in the next few weeks. So so again, I just wanted to say thank you very much, all of you, for watching, and thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye, folks.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.